Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here for week 2 of the New Horizons series. Today, we're talking about becoming the navigator of your own life. Have you ever noticed how, after a difficult season, you can finally breathe again? But do you still feel a little unsure of yourself? Like, what do I do now? Well, you learned to manage your situation. You learned how to get through it. You learn how to stay quiet and just move forward. You learn to keep the peace and you learn to do what's necessary. Because you got to get back to life. You got to get back to work. You got to get back to all the roles you have. And that's all understandable. That's the wisdom you needed to move forward. If we haven't met before, my name is Terri. I am a wellness coach and author. I serve women like you who have experienced challenging seasons. My aim is to help you nurture wellness of body, mind, and spirit. So today I want to talk about what it looks like to become the navigator of your own life. Now, I'm not talking about someone who controls every wave. We can't do that. And I'm also not talking about someone who always knows what's coming next. But I will talk about someone who trusts herself enough to choose her direction again. New horizons don't require a perfect map. They require a willing heart and a steady hand on the wheel so that you can be the navigator. When you've been through a storm, you learn to brace for the next bad thing. Have you been through a challenging season that shook you to your core? A season where you did everything you could and it still wasn't easy, or it wasn't enough. When you experience something difficult, your nervous system adapts. Our bodies are amazing. Your mind adapts. You become alert. You become careful. You likely become strategic to plan your next steps. And you become guarded, maybe anxious. Sometimes we call that being strong. But let me tell you like it is. That isn't an exhausting way to live. Survival mode got you through what you went through. But it's not the same as thriving. Now, I want to honor this. Survival mode is protection. It's the way your mind and body tried to keep you safe. It carried you through those challenging seasons, and it will do it for you again when the need arises, whatever happens. But there's this turning point. Maybe you hit a wall and decide something has got to change. Healing doesn't just calm your life. Healing restores your ability to choose. I'll say it again. Navigating your life is not control. It's being directive. It's being intentional. So when I say become the navigator of your life, I'm not talking about control or perfection. The ship's navigator doesn't control the weather and certainly doesn't command the waves. Look at those waves in my background. They look beautiful, but the wind makes them a little scary. A navigator doesn't always have smooth sailing. However, a navigator chooses her direction intentionally. And that's what so many women lose during periods of difficulty. Because when you've been overwhelmed or you've been in panic mode or anxious, you stop asking, what do I want? And you start asking, what do I have to do to get through this? When you're thriving, it invites you into deeper questions. It gets you back into your life. So let's talk about what it really looks like to navigate your life. Here are 3 anchors that help you become the navigator. Anchor number 1, you are allowed to say no. It's a part of your healing to say no. Some women feel guilty saying no because they've been taught that love equals availability, that you want to be there for everyone. But that's not true. Sometimes love needs boundaries. If you are rebuilding your life, you don't need to explain every decision you make. You can simply say, that doesn't work for me right now. I'm not available for that today. I'm choosing something different this season. That's navigating your life. Anchor number 2 is listen to your body. It provides data. Your body often knows before your mind catches up. So pay attention to what your body is saying. Do you feel tightness in your chest around certain people? Do you feel your energy is drained after certain conversations? Do you feel calm when you're doing certain tasks or things you enjoy? Do you feel clarity when you take a walk or breathe deeply or just sit in stillness and quiet? I had a bad day yesterday. So today I was intentional. I started my morning with time in my devotional. I had my journal handy so I could write my thoughts. And I spent 45 minutes doing gentle yoga on my mat. I felt ready to take on the day after all of that self-care. I took time for myself. Your body is informing you. Our emotional and mental struggles, they impact us physically. So never ignore your body's signals. Honor them. That's anchor number 2. Now, anchor number 3, small decisions build a strong life. If you think that you need a huge breakthrough to thrive, it's not true. Thriving usually looks like small choices, and you build up over time. It's choosing rest when your body needs it. It's choosing honesty with yourself, being very clear about what your needs are. It's choosing nourishment. It's choosing not to over-explain yourself. It's choosing to stop abandoning your own needs and wants and desires. Choosing to take the next step without waiting for perfect certainty. Every time you choose what supports your well-being, you strengthen your ability to navigate. You become someone you can trust. So here's a gentle practice I'd like to share with you. I want to end with something simple that you can give yourself, a short practice you can do today. When you feel uncertain or overwhelmed or emotionally pulled in different directions, ask yourself, what is my next step? What do I want? What do I need? It's not the perfect step. It's not an impressive step, but it is the step that makes you happy, not everyone else. It's the step you need to take in order to help yourself not feel so uncertain or overwhelmed. It's the next honest step. And then ask, does this move me closer to peace or away from it? Because peace is a signpost. It's the kind of peace that comes from alignment of your values, your needs, and your desires. You're doing what's right, what feels good. If you've been through a hard season, I want to remind you, you don't need to control everything to thrive. You don't need to know every detail of the future. You don't need a perfect map to navigate your life. But you do need to believe this. You may choose the direction of your life. You can take up space in your own life. Be bold. Be excited. You can rebuild your life in a way that honors who you are now or who you're becoming. As you move forward into the horizons ahead, remember this. You are becoming. You are learning to navigate one brave, steady step at a time. That's what I have for you. If you have questions, just let me know. If you want more information, just let me know. I'm here for you. I'm here to help.